I previously made the case that the Jews who came to believe JC was the Messiah not only became zealous for the law, according to Acts 21 and 20, but their doing so was the most reasonable and natural response to the good news. I can't imagine a Christian, if they truly believed that JC was about to return, would not become similarly zealous, doing that which they believed to be consistent with a Christian standard of righteousness.
Something is wrong here. Something just doesn't make sense. How these people became observant, really clear in my mind. If you knew as a Christian, if you're a Christian and you believe in JC, if you knew he was going to show up in church this Sunday, would you skip church? Probably not. In fact, if you knew he was coming and that he was going to come visit you at your house, would you be cleaning out your closets? Would you be spiffying the place up? I mean, I know you're not into all those external things, it's really what's in the heart that counts, but I imagine you'll probably get a haircut and maybe even trim a few whiskers and probably send your clothes out to be dry cleaned and get them ironed. And you'd probably go all out to ready yourself for JC coming to visit. But yet what you want people to believe is that the revelation of JC coming to earth was supposed to be that we were then going to be set free from the law, that we were no longer having to keep the law. Never mind that there's not even a single prophecy that supports such a ludicrous notion. So why do we think it? Because we've been taught it from the time that we were knee-high to a grasshopper. That's why we believe it. That's why we did the things we did as Christians, because we were convinced by a doctrine that doesn't even make any sense when you actually look at the faith and practice of these believers. When you finally understand that these Jews in the New Testament who believed were zealous for the law, were zealously keeping the law, if you really began to understand this, you would read the whole New Testament in a completely different way. And the one thing that you would come to figure out really quick is that the law is eternal. That there was no ending to the law brought about by JC. And I don't even need to go to some other books to prove it. I'll prove it right from the New Testament, because it is so clear, so crystal clear. Anyway, I'll edit this down and pick up somewhere after that.
So, the thought that should be on the Christian's mind is this. I know what Paul teaches. Very clear. No more law. I've read it. So surely Paul must have been appalled at this news from James and the elders, these thousands of Jews remaining under the yoke of Torah. Paul must have set them straight. He would have quoted from one of his letters, wouldn't he? I mean, Paul had no problem confronting Peter's hypocrisy. He must have straightened out this blunder in their interpretation of the good news. Didn't he?